It's late in the White House. The halls are silent, but Donald Trump sits awake, staring at a world map. He's known for calling out rivals: China, Russia, Iran, North Korea. But tonight his focus is elsewhere: India. Publicly, he praises it. Privately, he's uneasy. There's no open conflict, no trade war, no military standoff. Yet a deeper anxiety lingers. This isn't about armies or nuclear codes. It's about being outmaneuvered in a game he never saw coming. While America watched for threats in the usual places, India was quietly building a new kind of power. Not power through force, but through intellect and influence. In classrooms, tech hubs, and the minds of a billion people, a revolution was underway. The intelligence briefings on Trump's desk show numbers: GDP, patents, demographics. But the real story is a civilization reawakening, not just catching up, but preparing to leap ahead. The 21st century playbook for global leadership might not be written in Washington or Beijing, but in Bangalore, Mumbai, and New Delhi. For Trump, who thrives on loud conflict, India's silent rise is unnerving. He understands open rivals, not quiet competitors who change the rules. India's ascent challenges the very foundation of Western power. The future may not belong to the nation with the biggest army, but to the one with the brightest minds. America's traditional advantages mean little on this new battlefield. The silence of India's rise is what makes it so formidable. Trump senses a shift, a world where America is no longer the only author of the global story. The anxiety isn't about losing a fight, but about being left behind. India's revolution is happening quietly, but its impact is impossible to ignore. The Oval Office, once the center of global power, now feels just a bit smaller. The real threat isn't confrontation, it's irrelevance. The rules are changing and America doesn't have the script. For Trump, that's the most unsettling realization of all. The world is watching, and India is quietly taking the lead. For decades, the West saw India as a land of poverty and chaos, a stereotype that's now obsolete. Today's India is unrecognizable. Expressways replace dusty roads and cities gleam with glass towers. This isn't just cosmetic, it's a shift in national ambition. India is now a source of investment and innovation, not just a recipient of aid. Global companies set up R&D centers in India, eager for its intellectual capital. A new generation raised on the internet is globally connected and fiercely ambitious. They launch satellites, build digital payment systems, and redefine India's identity. The world underestimated India's potential, missing the groundwork for its resurgence. Beneath the surface, India was investing in education and innovation, evolving at breakneck speed. The old postcard is gone. In its place, a high-definition image of a nation on the move. India is rewriting its story, and in the process, the world's. The world must now see India as a modern powerhouse, not a relic of the past. India's transformation is powered by its people, not by oil or steel. The revolution is happening in tech hubs, classrooms, and the minds of millions. India's rise is a revolution of intellect, driven by education and technology. Its tech sector is now a global epicenter for innovation, not just a back office. From AI to space exploration, Indian minds are at the forefront. The India Stack, a digital infrastructure, enables innovation and inclusion at scale. This boom is built on decades of rigorous STEM education. Institutions like the IITs produce world-class talent, now leading global tech giants. But the story is shifting. More top minds are staying in India, building its future. This is a bottom-up movement, driven by millions of aspiring students and entrepreneurs. The collective energy of a nation awakened to its potential is reshaping global hierarchies. In the 21st century, the most valuable resource is ingenuity, and India has it in abundance. The world is witnessing a silent intellectual revolution. Trump understands visible threats: missiles, deficits, rival leaders. But India's challenge is different: economic and intellectual, not military. The battleground is the global economy. The weapons are patents and PhDs. India's influence spreads through soft power, its diaspora, culture, and economic success. It's a rival that can't be sanctioned or walled off. The real fear is a quiet eclipse: America losing its edge in technology and innovation. India's rise signals a multipolar world where power is earned, not inherited. For America first, India's self-reliance is a direct challenge. The most significant global shifts may come not with a bang, but with the hum of progress from half a world away. India's greatest force isn't technology or ideology, it's its youth. Over half of India's 1.4 billion people are under 25, a demographic goldmine as other nations age. This is a billion ambitions awakening at once. India's youth are digitally native, globally aware, and hungry for success. They're driving a culture of entrepreneurship and risk-taking, transforming every sector. This is more than economic dynamism, it's a civilizational revival. Young Indians blend ancient roots with modern innovation, creating a unique synthesis. Their cultural confidence gives India a clear sense of purpose. The world's center of gravity is shifting east, powered by India's youth. The problems and solutions of tomorrow will be shaped by their aspirations. The billion dreams of India's youth are now blueprints for the 21st century. The future is being built by the energy of a new generation. For decades, development meant imitating the West. India tried that, then forged its own path. Now, India innovates instead of imitates. Its digital infrastructure, like UPI, is open and inclusive, sparking a payments revolution studied worldwide. Frugal innovation, Jugaad, delivers high-quality, low-cost solutions from affordable healthcare to space missions on a shoestring. India isn't making cheap knockoffs, it's rethinking how problems are solved. This challenges the Western model of high-cost innovation. India's approach offers a new paradigm for the developing world, prosperity through ingenuity, not imitation. It proves a nation can be modern and deeply rooted in its own culture. The unipolar world is over. India's rise shows history is alive and diverse. India leads by example, not decree. The world is watching and learning. India's strength lies in blending ancient wisdom with modern technology. It draws from its history to navigate the future, creating a resilient national identity. Philosophical traditions like Dharma and the world is one family aren't relics, they're living ideas. This gives India stability and a long-term perspective. Now, this foundation meets cutting-edge tech. The same culture that produced spiritual texts now produces world-class software. The Indian mind, trained in complex thinking, is uniquely suited for the information age. India's rise isn't just economic, it's a new way of being in the world. It prioritizes harmony, collaboration, and long-term well-being. This synthesis is India's unbeatable formula. It's the quiet strength guiding India through the 21st century. For centuries, the West wrote the global story, defining success, progress, and modernity. But that narrative control is slipping. India's rise is a narrative shift, unsettling for leaders like Trump who thrive on shaping perceptions. India isn't just consuming Western culture, it's exporting its own. Bollywood, Indian authors, yoga, and Ayurveda are global phenomena. India's story is complex, self-reliant, and compelling, resonating worldwide. The West's ability to frame global issues is eroding. For Trump, India doesn't fit the old good guy, bad guy script. The world's conversation is becoming richer and more diverse. The anxiety isn't about India as an enemy, but about America becoming just another character. The future is being co-written, and the West no longer has the final say. The global narrative is now shared. The world is listening to new voices. The quiet revolution is now a global reality. India is a present-day leader. The question isn't if India will rise, but how the world will adapt. The 21st century is being defined by India's influence. This isn't about replacement, but completion. India adding its voice to the global story. The world is more balanced, diverse, and stable with India's rise. The West must let go of old fears and embrace this new reality. The future belongs to those who build partnerships and appreciate diversity. The smart move is to partner with India, not fear it. The final chapter is unwritten, but the protagonist is clear: a nation of 1.4 billion, armed with aspirations. The Indian century has begun. The world's future is being built, one idea at a time.